Today, we say goodbye to a titan, Ratan Tata, a man whose legacy transcends business, leaves behind a country that he helped build. Where would we be if there was no Ratan Tata? Before we talk about where India would be without Ratan Tata, let's touch upon his early life. Born in 1937, Ratan Tata was raised by his grandmother, Navajbai Tata, in the Tata Palace in Mumbai. His early life was steeped in the values of humility, integrity, and social responsibility, setting the foundations for a future that would change India. At the age of 17, he left for the United States, studying architecture at Cornell and gaining experience that would later shape his global outlook. But his grandmother's failing health called him back to India. With the values she instilled, he returned to lead a family legacy of business and philanthropy. After returning, Ratan Tata joined Tata Industries in 1962, starting from the group up. He worked across the group's various companies, spending time at Tata Steel in Jamshedpur and experiencing the challenges faced by the everyday worker. From his early years, Ratan Tata embodied humility and hands-on leadership, an approach that would define his career and leave a lasting mark on the Tata Group. Ratan Tata became chairman of Tata Sons in 91, a pivotal time for India as economy opened structured the Tata Group, emphasizing innovation, integrity, and social responsibility, turning Tata into a brand that represented both excellence and empathy. Under his leadership, Tata made headlines worldwide with a series of landmark acquisitions. For example, in 2000, Tata acquired Tetley Tea, marking the group's first significant global acquisition. Then came Chorus Steel in 2007, and soon after, the very well-known Jaguar Land Rover. These acquisitions put India on the global stage, showcasing that an Indian company could compete and lead internationally. Tata's global expansion wasn't just business, it was also a statement of India's growing influence in the world. One of Ratan Tata's most iconic projects was the Tata Nano, the world's most affordable car, launched in 2008. The Nano was Ratan Tata's response to the dreams of millions of Indian families who aspired to own a car. While the Nano didn't achieve commercial success, it showcased Tata's commitment to innovation for the common man. The Nano wasn't just a car, it was a promise that Tata would always prioritize the people of India. Ratan Tata believed that a company's true success is linked to the welfare of society. Through Tata Trust, he directed significant resources of healthcare, education, and rural development. Tata Trust provided scholarship, funded hospitals, and supported rural communities, uplifting millions. And his philanthropic philosophy was simple: wealth must be shared to make a meaningful impact. Ratan Tata's philanthropy extended beyond India as well, with donations to Harvard Business School, reinforcing his belief in the power of education to shape future leaders. In 2008, when tragedy struck with terrorists targeting the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel in Mumbai, Ratan Tata's response was immediate and compassionate. He established the Taj Public Service Welfare Trust, supporting victims and their families, showing the world resilience and humanity that defined his leadership. This act of compassion cemented his legacy as a leader who was there for his people in good times and in bad. After stepping down as chairman in 2012, Ratan Tata continued to guide the Tata Group as chairman emeritus, supporting young leaders and ensuring the group's moral compass remained steady. Ratan Tata's humility set him apart. In 2021, he made a headline for traveling to Pune to visit a former employee who had been unwell, showing that for him, leadership was about human connection and empathy. Now, let's talk about where would India be without Ratan Tata. Without his vision, India might still have been a small player in the global market. Without his philanthropy, millions would be without education, healthcare, and basic infrastructure. And without his compassion, the business world would lack a leader who truly valued people over profits. Without him, India's industry would be less connected to the world. Without Ratan Tata's bold decision, India might still be viewed as a peripheral player in the global market. It was his vision that made the world see India differently, opening doors for Indian companies and changing how the world perceives the Indian industry. And during COVID-19 pandemic, his contributions of rupees 500 crore helped the nation when it was most in need. Imagine an India without those resources. Without Ratan Tata's philanthropy, wealth is not just meant to be accumulated, it is meant to uplift the society. Without Mr. Ratan Tata's ethics and resilience, the world might not have seen a model of compassionate leadership. His compassion set a new standard for corporate responsibility, and without him, the Indian business world might not have seen such a powerful example of empathy, solidarity, and strength in the face of adversity. Ratan Tata was driven by a vision that went beyond profits, and India without Ratan Tata would have fewer dreams realized. His projects weren't always about commercial success, they were about reaching every corner of the country, touching lives and making people believe in a better tomorrow. His global vision, ethical leadership, and compassion transformed not just the Tata Group, but also India's standing in the world. Ratan Tata didn't just build a company. As we reflect on his legacy, let us remember that his true gift to India wasn't just his wealth or success. It was the belief that India can stand tall on the world stage. Ratan Tata didn't just lead a company, he led a movement for a better India. His legacy extends as we bid farewell to Ratan Tata. We remember a man who lived not for himself but for his country. He showed us what it means to build not just a company but a nation, and his legacy will continue to inspire India's future.